engines roaring, feel the beat. Ryan and Jon can't be beat. On the fast lane, so sleek. Gotta rev up, hit the street. Ooh yeah, fast lane, all night. Feel the speed, feel the light. Join the ride, hold on.
And action. Da, 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 da. I don't know. It's a phase I'm going through. Blue blocking.
Okay.
When you get old, then you need to block the blue light. Remember the old school blue blockers that were those big
Yes.
insert picture of old school blue blockers? Old people used to wear that, and there's a reason for them wearing that, because the older you get, your eyes become more sensitive to certain kinds of light, and the blue light is the one that actually causes the most harm at a certain age.
Okay.
Things like looking at your computer screens, things like looking at LED lights. When you're in a car, you're driving a car, those beams from an oncoming car, not really good for the eye, for the retina. So these are from Oakley. This is a part of their gaming range. Gamers play a massive part of
Clever.
what Oakley and who they look after in terms of their eyes. Your eyes, you only have 2 eyes.
Yeah.
Well, I've got 3 eyes.
Sneaky.
Did I blind? But your eyes look after them.
Yeah.
And so these block out certain ultraviolet, certain of the blue
Suppose
light.
if you're looking at that screen gaming, I mean, they race through the night with some of those things, or those, tactical games that they play.
Rally drivers,
Yeah.
same
You know
lenses.
what I like about those lenses, though? They're not that harsh yellow. You remember, like back in the day, they were like really.
Yeah,
That's like a nice tinge. It's not too harsh.
Look a little bit more sophisticated, people would say. Some people, not everybody. We're back in the fast lane, proudly brought to you by Breitling, by our friends at eBet and OneBet, and our friends at Sunlum Private Wealth, doing some cool things with all 3 of those. Speaking of which, by the way, Willie has just added 2 brand new cars to his collection, right? So I thought it'd be appropriate time just to touch base and let him share with everybody
That collection is growing.
what those cars are. Now, petrol heads, be warned, there is going to be loads of envious people going, I can't believe he's got 2 iconic cars in his collection. Let's try and give him a quick call and see if he's available for a quick chat with us on the fast lane. Of course, Willie Delport, the
How's it going, bud?
MD of eBet and OneBet, and the companies associated with that. Willie Delport, hello.
Hey, Billy.
How's it going, guys?
Ach man, lekker. Listen, we've just told everyone on the fast lane that you've added 2 beautiful new additions to your garage. Now, as it is, for those of you who weren't aware, we went on a recent 4x4ing expedition with Percy Montgomery and Mark Johain in the dunes of Mossel Bay in that beautiful Lexus 600 of Willie's. He's since added to that collection of, he's got the new Raptor, he's got a Porsches, plural, and now he's added, ladies and gents, to his collection, all new, well, it's not the current one that's been announced because it's not here yet, but a brand new BMW M5 competition to his collection.
Yes, what a beast.
And just when you
I'm loving it.
just when you think, okay, that's pretty cool, he's added an all new Range Rover Vogue, black, big bodied beast to his collection.
Nice.
So, Willie, let's start with the M5. You've had it for a while now. Talk to us about ownership of that car. You've owned a lot of nice cars. How does this fit into the bigger scheme of things in terms of driving experiences?
Let me tell you, the M5 is absolutely a driving experience of note. The car just becomes alive when you drive it. It's a beast. It actually scares me a little bit. It's got so much power. It's unreal. It's an unreal vehicle. Let me tell you, it's probably. There's a reason why it's named the best saloon in the world, the fastest saloon in the world. Their car is just amazing.
The nice thing is that it drives, when you've got your occupants, which are your 2 beautiful daughters in the back, and you want to drive quite civilly and drive through an estate and we know the estate that you live in, if you go a hair more than 1 kilometer over the speed limit, there's like a 20,000 Rand fine where you are.
You're in trouble.
But when you want to drive civilly, it's the perfect car to transport your family.
Absolutely. It's a beast, and it's also a comfortable luxury family saloon that just gives you the best of both worlds. You can take it to the track. You can take your family to the restaurant. It's amazing. It really is amazing.
Then we talk about SUVs. And again, you're no stranger to owning most of them. You're in a car that you and I absolutely, well, all of us love, the Range Rover Vogue, the big-bodied Range Rover that is just a comfortable couch on steroids that'll just drifts along. Talk us through that. That's incredible.
Yes, I've actually just had a long trip in it. It's done about 1,500 Ks. And let me tell you, it's 1,500 kilometers of absolute comfort, bliss. The car is so smooth. Everything is so soft in it. The seats massage you as you go along.
Oh, nice.
It really just is a vehicle, an amazing SUV vehicle, probably the ultimate family vehicle.
Funny,
I mean, it's made for the Queen, so
Yeah.
what color did you get in that?
I got it in black.
He's got to go black.
nice.
He's got a white M5
looks so mean
and a
in
black
black.
Range Rover
Yeah.
Vogue in the garage. I mean, that's proper. That vehicle is
Loving
now based up in Joburg because Villy's up there a lot, and sometimes it'll come during summer up and down.
Yeah.
But Villy, here's the question, and you answered this without even, and I'm going to put a picture up of, because a lot of people would ask, especially car enthusiasts, where do you go when you've got an M5 in your garage, when you've got a Range Rover Vogue, when you've got a Raptor, Porsches, a Lexus, where do you go? What's the evolution of your car journey? And you answered it this week to me, because when I said to you, Villy, what's next? You sent me a picture of a Rolls Royce. Talk to us about that vehicle, please.
Yeah, look, one day, that's the dream.
Next year, bud.
Yeah, that's the dream. At some point, to get a V12 with that kind of quality where you can balance a coin on the engine when it's idling, and you have the same performance as an M5.
Yeah.
That's worlds apart.
Handcrafted. I mean,
we were chatting to Villy about that last week at dinner.
That striping.
The striping
the
on
guy, there's a gentleman that actually hand paints that onto every single one of those cars. They reckon he can't take leave. He can literally just take a week's leave because
he needs to
the production line's obviously running. But I mean, that's the attention to detail that goes into those cars when speccing them.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Villy, moving away from those cars, I want to talk quickly about this. There's a massive break in the Formula One season, and you, me, and John often banter about what's happening in the Formula One season. It's been a season of note. It's had so much drama, so many highs, so many lows, and at this stage, it really is anybody's Formula One. Your money on Max Verstappen to win this year, even though there's plenty of action still left?
Look, I think the McLarens are looking really, really strong, and Lando Norris is driving that car amazingly. But I do think Max, with his driving ability, even with a car that at this stage is a bit lesser to the McLaren,
Sure.
I still think he has what it takes. It's going to be very difficult to beat him. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting. We don't know. Those McLarens are fast.
I can't wait. It feels like forever since we've had a Formula One. I can't wait. Listen, there's still plenty of this year left, and I thought it appropriate now to tell everybody the exciting news about where the fast lane's heading to, John. I got some news, and Villy's going to tell
Where
you.
are we going?
Villy, do you do the honors here and tell John where we're going?
So we're going to be going to the Abu Dhabi F1. And we will be doing the podcast from the Abu Dhabi F1.
No way.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Fast Lane will be live from the Abu Dhabi Formula One with eBet and OneBet. I cannot...
No, I can't believe this.
Zoom in on John's face.
That's insane.
It's going to be amazing.
You know, I've never been.
I've never been.
I've been to MotoGP.
Yeah, it's going to be a first time for me as well.
Wow, man, that is awesome. And you know, I could carry on this. We don't have enough time. I mean, they've got Ferrari World there. They've got everything there. And it's the final. Oh, man. Chief, buddy, that's exciting. Wow, that's awesome.
Can't wait, guys.
Jeez,
Villy, we can't wait. We're going to be bringing you updates closer towards that and sharing the love on all the platforms. Car Magazine will be sharing some of the content live from Abu Dhabi as well, with eBet and of course with OneBet. And Villy, we're going to have loads of fun, and we're going to talk about the culture in Abu Dhabi, because it's totally different in terms of the car life there. We're going to be exposed to some of the world's finest supercars, looking to connect and make some incredible content out of Abu Dhabi with eBet and OneBet. So can't wait, Villy, and getting your input as well as to some of the production vehicles that we're seeing on the roads in that side of the world. Also, if you are a person who likes to place some money on some favorable odds, well, then look no further than our friends at eBet and OneBet. Villy, can't wait, my friend. Looking forward to journal our
amazing,
trip
guys,
to Abu Dhabi, and we'll chat to you soon, my friend.
Chat soon, guys. Thanks for the call.
Thanks, Villy.
Keep well. Bye.
So the Fast Lane, we're off to Abu Dhabi for the Formula One, ladies and gents. What's the difference between the people in Abu Dhabi and the people in Dubai?
No clue.
The people in Dubai don't like the Flintstones, but the people in Abu Dhabi do.
Oh, dad joke. That's out of the top drawer of the dad jokes. Let's just say that's like the top 3. Man, I'm in shock. I can't believe we're going to Abu Dhabi.
Going to Abu Dhabi, folks,
Wow, that's
for
gonna
the
be
Abu Dhabi
amazing.
Formula One Grand Prix with the fast lane. We're doing things, and between now and then, there's also some other special trips coming up, including one to Scotland for the test match in Edinburgh between Scotland and the Springboks. Looking forward to that. But let's find out, first of all, before we get to some of the big exciting news coming up in the show, what you and I have been driving this week. Let's have a quick look. Hey, the fast lane back from a different location, John. About time that we get out and about in the rolling hills of Kenridge, the Kenridge area. But with this, a car that fits in to this setup pretty much anywhere, in actual fact, where there's rolling hills, beautiful homes, the sound of a rumbling V8 like a beast possessed.
Now listen, that rumble and that crackle every time you change gears, it never gets old. I mean, we had the car parked outside the Kenridge Deli here, and I mean, for a car that's not a latest spec model, got a lot of views, and a lot of people coming up talking to us. Obviously in red, it attracts a lot of attention straight away. It's amazing how red cars do that.
Absolutely. This one from Roller Luxury Collection, they've just received it. It's a 2018, it's just come out of plan, full service history. But here's the deal, right? This is yours for 800,000 Rand.
No ways.
Swear to you.
I mean, what can you buy for 800?
800,000
I think a Polo
Rand.
GTI costs 800,000 these days.
I mean, this
and it's
is
well spec'd.
crazy.
It's got the nice wheels on, quite unusual wheels to what I normally see on the Jag. I actually quite like them.
Yeah.
So yeah, nicely spec. Got the carbon fiber inside, which is always really good.
Those fat tailpipes at the back, though. I mean, have a look at those. You got those quad pipes at the back. What a great little rumble coming from the back of this vehicle. But to your point, those wheels are really nice. And in actual fact, when you take delivery of this vehicle, Brandon's got plans to make that all black. He's going to black out the rims. And so you'll have the blacked out rims with the centerpiece that's red from Jaguar. And then, of course, look at that. Just such a stealthy, such a beautiful looking car. The shape is timeless from Jag. The cosmetics in terms of the look of the vehicle, it's unmistakably a Jaguar. You know it is. You know it is. You sense it is. It's got a great driving presence on the road as well. In actual fact, John, let's hop in the car and go for a bit of a spin. John, inside the cabin of the Jag F-Type. A nice place to be, very cozy, very comfy. There's a handrail over here, just in case you...
Yeah, I was wondering, how come you don't have one?
Yeah, I don't need one. I'm the driver.
But you know what's quite interesting for me is that exhaust. You know, like some cars, you push the exhaust button, it doesn't really make much of a noise. But my goodness, does this thing go from very quiet to very loud.
It does. We turned heads, and we just want to apologize to the wonderful folk of...
Way!
Awaken
Hello.
Captain Slow. Did you like that?
I did like that. Slightly petrifying, but I liked it. But you can activate the wing.
Yeah, but here's the problem with the wing. I don't like the wing,
Don't you
right?
like it?
No, because the rear window is so small that it restricts half the view when you have it up, just by the way.
But why would you be looking behind you?
Well, there's people always that are trying to keep up your backside.
Try and sneak up for a little race.
Sneak up for a little bit. You hit it once and it goes down halfway and then it goes the full way down.
It's also got nice carbon finishes here on the inside of the dash.
Nice place to spend time in the cabin of the F-Type. Like I said, there's things about this car that are just typical of Jaguar for this time frame.
Yeah.
2018, this car came fully kitted. That never gets boring.
You're having far too much fun there. But that sound, I don't know if we'll be able to get it across
now,
but it does rumble.
You can turn the V8. I mean, it doesn't make much of a difference turning the engine off.
Yeah.
I mean, you get a little bit less of the pops and crackles, but it's cool.
No,
it's
I
cool.
like it.
Firm suspension. The drive is really good. This bright color red turns heads. I mean, if you're looking for something for summer, which it is now on the Western Cape, this is a great buy. 45,000 Ks on the clock, only 800,000 Rand. I mean, I'm trying to figure out, again, this is the part that I try and figure out. If you had 800,000 Rand, what would you buy that would give you this much fun?
Yeah, I can tell you, but I mean, there's not much.
What would you buy?
I would buy a Porsche.
Yes, tell me more.
Cayman.
Yes.
I would probably just be shy. It's funny, we just drove past a guy in a Z3. You could
saw.
probably buy one of those, but that's not what I would be buying.
No.
But yeah.
Would you buy a Cayman S?
I would buy a Cayman S. It's two completely different cars. But I mean, look, you know, this car, if you want that V8 and that like brute power, then this thing, you know, you're going to be putting your foot down at every stop street, every robot.
You see, I think that the Cayman S is really a nice. It's a bit of more of a purist's car, right?
Well, it's well balanced with the. You just hear that the rear. It just wants to come out a little bit, you know. Just in case you're not feeling that, I'm just saying that so that you're aware that is the back of the car saying, "How's it, Ryan?
Do not
How you
for
doing?"
1 second think that you're going to buy this car and go and cut hair. All right, you're not.
Are you not?
You're not. If you do, then you do. I mean,
Not,
that's
not,
your
not,
thing.
not even a low
Not
fade,
even you.
like a
You're
cut.
not. You're right. You are not buying this car to ponder a little round a little and drive Miss Daisy and do anything other than know that you have a snarling, angry V8 engine
The
at your
Jaguar
disposal.
coming out. And look, I mean, you know what's also deceiving is there's actually
Fuel
a lot
economy.
more.
That's deceiving.
Oh, that's going to be the biggest, like, ta-da, surprise. But the amount of space inside this cabin is
Yeah.
actually plenty. You know, from the outside, when I looked at the car, I thought,
Yeah.
sure, it's actually going to be quite cramped in here. But,
Yeah,
there's
but it's not.
actually, it's deceiving. There's a lot more space than we perceive.
You're down to the road, turns heads past the schools. This is really cool. This is lovely. This is one of 2 cars that were in the fast lane stable this week. Let's now go and have a look at the other one. Fast lane car number 2 in the garage this week, John. This one from Mercedes-Benz South Africa, the all-new GLS 450D. It is a 3-litre turbocharged diesel engine that spits out so much torque, 750 Newton meters. What a beautiful vehicle this is. We talk about Mercedes-Benz, that classic shape that they've carried through all the GLS models. The upgrades on this one, well, the front, it's stealthier. It's a little stealthier looking. The back, obviously, that sexy back on the GLS. GLS obviously is the S range. It's like the S-class of their SUVs. Big car, 7-seater, loads of luxury, loads of comfort.
Yeah.
Loads of sophistication. That's why I've worn my Robert Downey Jr. glasses.
I like the glasses. It definitely matches the cars.
Even the dogs are howling at me.
Yeah. But you know what I like is the little touches. Look at this grill. It's like it's like tinted slightly. It's a little bit dirty from all the bugs we ate driving on the
thing
highway
munches
now.
bugs.
But just those little details. Love the lights in the
Yeah.
front and the wheels. I mean, these
Look
are
at them.
really awesome.
Beautiful. I love this 5-spoke wheel from Mercedes-Benz.
1 inch.
Beautiful. Look at this back end. I mean, just look at the size of this. You're talking about some serious load space at the back there.
Plenty of space.
And if you open up the boot, they hit the little button, drukkie knoppie, and look at that. Opens up to the 7 seats that are now open. And the nice thing about these, John, is that they're all touch buttons. So you can literally
that
up and
feature.
down them with one button. You can push them and they'll go about doing their business of either
Look at that.
opening or closing. In this case,
Wow.
they're closing up. But have a look at it. Look at that load space. I mean, you talk about how big
Look
it
at
is.
this.
I mean, no, that is huge.
This is
Don't
actually-
dirty your nice new Puma
my-
pants there.
Look at this.
Look at that. Ooh, Lover's Lane. We were thinking right past Lover's Lane.
But even cup holders at the back.
Yeah,
there.
for couples.
Jeez, this, I mean, look, I can sit upright in this
There's a
thing.
couple
Look
on
at this.
either side, so you can.
Little bottle of
Little bottle
champagne,
of bubbles where you've
some dry sausage
the
here.
back of Lover's Lane.
Hey,
Yeah.
this is...
Get your dry sausage out the car. Okay, press the
No, there's
button.
plenty of space.
Right,
It's
importantly-
incredible.
How does it drive on the road? Let's hop in and find out. Loads of room inside this car. So spacious. Eh?
This is awesome. I think, you know, going on holiday or even going on a golf trip.
Yeah.
I mean, the amount of space, the leg room
huge.
behind me here
Absolutely
is
huge.
massive.
And the nice thing about it is it's got obviously surround cameras, full 360 cameras, but everything about this vehicle is based on that S and GLS. It's slightly S for superior, for sexy, for super large. You can say whatever you want about that S, but it means premium in Mercedes-Benz's eyes. It does mean it is a part of that S category that just is known for its luxury, its opulence. It's really, you can tell on the road about its road presence, how much space it commands when you drive this car.
But
Such
also
a
the
beautiful
comfort
car to drive. Yeah.
You know, you can feel how it just absorbs the bumps, but also, like you say, the detail inside. I mean, it's just like that bespoke finishes and touches, and everything just matches. And like you say, you know, you sit in this thing, and it's just like a big, massive luxury couch. You know,
Well, listen, it commands a hefty price tag. I mean, you're looking at 2.3 million rand for this vehicle. It's a lot of car for a lot of money,
It is.
and you know, more and more we're seeing cars that are closing in on that 2 million rand mark. I mean, you're looking at either side of that 2 million rand. There's some incredible options that are available, but this is for a discerning buyer. This is for somebody who's maybe, to be honest, has had BMWs and had X5s and maybe even had an X7 in their garage, and has decided, well, they want something that's a little bit more, you know, and we won't use the word better, because it's not better than an X7 by any means. It's just something a little bit more, you know, a little different to an X7. It's probably in the same category as something like an X7, and I love the X7. But Mercedes GLS buyer has probably had one before. You know, this is not the first GLS they're buying. They've had the previous one. I owned a GLS 63,
remember.
the AMG that I had for a while. It was one of the best cars I owned.
Yeah, but here's the question. If you buy this, do you drive this or do you get driven in it?
You drive it.
You drive it.
See, you and I would prefer to be in the driver's seat or the passenger front seat. You know, we wouldn't want to be in the back of this vehicle being driven. Having said that, you know, it doesn't really. If someone comes to fetch you and you're a mate and you're getting in the back of this car, you're happy. You know what I mean? You're happy that you're the mate in the back that's going along.
Sure.
But if you own this vehicle, well, it's going to be a car that you're going to want to drive. You're going to want to be on the road with it every day. And it's that kind of car. You know, we had two totally different cars this week. One was the Jaguar F-Type, that V8 that just rumbled, bumbled, crackled, and made all kinds of noise. And the other one was this one that didn't make any noise at all. In actual fact, it's besides the combustion engine, it's got a 15 kilowatt electric engine.
Nice.
So when you start up, sometimes that initial startup, the engine doesn't kick in until you've actually pull away. But putting out 750 Newton meters of torque at any given time when you put your foot down, that 3-litre turbo diesel engine kicks up a fuss.
Well, I
it
suppose
really goes.
You need the amount of torque to move this vehicle because it is big.
Yeah.
I mean, 21-inch wheels. And saying that about the wheels, they've really got the ride, the comfort of the ride really well, right?
Yes.
You know, you can just feel it's just so smooth on the road. But like you say, very quiet in the cabin too, which is nice.
There's a couple of options that weren't spec for this specific vehicle and didn't come standard. And personally, I'm quite surprised about it. And I'll tell you why, because we've driven GLEs, right, and GLCs that have been spec'd with a massage function on the seat. Now, of course, it's not a big deal breaker for me, but this is a GLS, right? So you'd expect it as part of the standard inventory to have massage seats. It does have fully optioned cooling and heated seats.
Yeah, I see that.
You can see on the side. You can see you got your bum warmer on.
But you know what's interesting? It shows you how big this car is. There's 4 vents in the middle here.
Yeah,
Air vents.
5.
That is a lot. But it's a big car.
And in the top, you've got a 6th vent, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. There's about 12 vents around you, just on the front of the vehicle.
Jeez.
I must say, that's the one thing I really love about Mercedes-Benz is on a cold, chilly morning when you wake up in Cape Town, the one thing that everyone reaches for is for their demister, to try and maximize the demisting experience within a car. This one does it effortlessly. This one, and you know what else? This and the Porsche Cayenne, or the Porsches in general, have a really efficient
It's just like boom, and it's
system.
gone. It's clear.
Yeah, cool. So listen, this was the Fast Lane this week. We've had 2 incredible vehicles. Next week we go back to back because, believe it or not, coming up in the Fast Lane, we got our hands on another GRS Hilux. You and I will both be in Toyota Hiluxes next week. The Fast Lane's GRS or 2024,
yes.
and another one, an identical car to have a bit of fun with, both of those GRSs. Can't wait for that. Also, there's brand new tires I'm putting on my Toyota on the GRS.
Yes.
Talk more about that because there's a very special brand that's coming to the market soon. It's the tires that are currently on there, the newer version of them.
Ah, nice.
Just being launched. We'll talk more about that in the Fast Lane.
We'll put those to the test for sure.
We'll definitely take them 16 in. You know what 16 is?
No.
4x4.
Oh, look at you. Next level.
Oh, those cars are so cool.
Very
Jaguar,
cool.
I heard you coming a mile away.
Yes, you did. And that little, like, it's, you know, like a lot of the cars have that, we talk burble and crackle and snap pop and whatever, but that, it's got like an interesting little, like, does this little jingle little move, you know, but yeah, very cool and very lively on the rear, by the way. When you were driving, I was a little bit nervous. I mean, that car was like, you know, wanting to pass us from the backside quite a lot there, but very exciting. And I mean, that good old V8 sound, it never gets tiring. Stunning. And in red, you know, we've realized, both of us were saying, you know, any red car in general catches a lot of attention, but a red car low to the ground, geez, everybody looks at that thing. So,
spot on.
Yeah, no, very, very cool.
Listen, thank you. A huge thanks to Martin Redlinghuis as well, who's teaming up with me to take on Jon and partner. And we're going to probably put a challenge out there to the mayor, Jordan Hill-Lewis, to take us on. We'll film the Fast Lane from a padel court.
Well, it's a new one opening as well.
At Velgemoot.
Yeah, so it's the second court, and we'll be actually probably like, what do they call when they throw the champagne on the yacht? We'll be
blowing our cork.
Something like that.
shooting our champagne, cutting
Yeah.
the ribbon.
That's it. Cutting the ribbon to the new
Snip,
court,
snip.
and getting you
Have
back.
you ever had the snip?
No.
Well, you've got a couple of kids now. It's about time you consider that.
I will
Folks,
not
we'll be
comment
back
further.
in the fast lane with more cool things. Proudly brought to you by Breitling, Sunland Private Wealth, and Vili eBet 1Bet as we go to Abu Dhabi for the Formula One, the fast lane heading your way soon.
Engines roaring, feel the beat, Ryan and Jon can't be beat, on the fast lane. So sleek, got a rev up, hit the street, ooh